2, 1, go. Hello everyone, this is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Tuesday night college basketball action. We're going to take a look at a matchup in what many experts believe around the NCAA basketball world, the best conference in the nation, and that's the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers versus the Indiana Hoosiers at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. And surprisingly enough, when you look at the past performances in this series over the last few years, you'd be a little surprised when Indiana opens up as a 10.5 to 11 point home favorite, and the real move has been in the betting market in the total from 132 to 134.5. And I think that signals to me that the Hoosiers should be, in fact, a double-digit favorite in this game. When you look at the Wisconsin Badgers, they come in playing their best basketball the 2012-13 campaign, 6-game win streak, including a 3-0 start in Big Ten Conference play, coming off a 74-51 win over the Illinois Fighting Illini as 6.5 point home favorites. The Illini have kind of proven to be a fraud after their hot start. Haven't done much over the last few games, and Wisconsin absolutely suffocated them on defense in the first half of that game. And this is a team, the Badgers, that are doing it once again with hard-nosed defense, holding their last 10 opponents to 60 points or less, but they're going to have an awfully hard time to keep this Indiana Hoosiers team under that mark, I'm going to tell you right now. Their 4 losses, when you examine those over their past performances over the 2012-13 season, they've allowed 60 or more in all 4 of those against Marquette, Virginia, Creighton, and Florida. And I think Creighton and Florida are a bit of a hybrid of Indiana. I think Indiana is much better on offense than Creighton, and they also have a similar defense to Florida, but not as good. But when you put those two teams together, Creighton and Florida beat Wisconsin pretty handily by double-digit points and covering the spread against the Badgers. So when you're handicapping against Wisconsin in this situation, those are 2 games to circle and definitely look inside the numbers a little further today. The coaching matchup is a bit lopsided. Bo Ryan, Wisconsin Badgers coach since 2001, 12-3 straight up versus Tom Crean. Of course, Crean has split his time during that series with Indiana and Marquette in facing Bo Ryan during his career. And the Badgers have won 16 of 19 meetings in this series, 16 of the last 19, including 10 straight by an average margin of 15 points per game. But when you look at the Indiana Hoosiers, a side that I'm going to be looking to play on Tuesday night, they're also coming in on a 6-game win streak since suffering their only loss of the season. That was to the Butler Bulldogs on a neutral floor. This team leads the nation in scoring, averaging 87.1 points per game. That has led directly to leading the nation in point differential. And they're the only Big Ten Conference team that has 5 players averaging 11 or more points per game. And the key player to examine is Cody Zeller, the preseason player of the year nationally. I think he's the key player that Tom Crean recruited to not only win Big Ten Conference and national championships, but to beat Bo Ryan's defense. So Zeller is the key player in this one. 23-11 against the spread at home since 2010, the Indiana Hoosiers. They have really built up one heck of a home court advantage at Assembly Hall. You'll remember they beat the #1 team in the country last year, the Kentucky Wildcats, on this floor. When examining this game, I had to see how the Badgers have done as an underdog when losing. I don't figure that they're going to win this game straight up, but how have they done when losing as an underdog and the game going over the total? I do think that this game could climb over the total, and I definitely expect Indiana to lose. The Badgers are 1-14 in their last 15 situations when losing as an underdog and the game climbing over the total. I think that's why the Indiana Hoosiers are going to improve to 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 opportunities as home favorites of 9.5 to 12 points. I'm going to recommend laying the points with the Indiana Hoosiers, minus 10.5 over the Wisconsin Badgers on Tuesday night. This has been Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. For any further information on this game or any other on the college basketball board, you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Grant Sports. Cut.